the most important ones, the Northern Realms decks, are not banned, and I'm happy about it. And let's see how this Royal Inspiration doing against Tatterwing.
So it's interesting that we see the Cursed Scroll being used here for Vosnia. This gives you guaranteed access to Belohun round 1, for example. You can put the Radical Judgment to the bottom of the deck. It does make it a whole lot harder to actually protect that Belohun, though. It's quite vulnerable to, say, a Parasite, but Art Beetle is missing that Parasite right now. In terms of round 1 control, it's really just Frost and a bit of bleeding coming from that Crimson Curse.
Yeah, and Belohun is not roll restricted.
Okay, there's a Defender.
Not roll restricted, so yeah, you can just stick it, and with the Defender, it's even better. Okay, so we have Radovid traveling to the bottom of the back into the deck. There is AA. Belohun is 8 provision card, so legitimate for it.
So, the innocent don't get reported.
So yeah. We don't have the Immortal Sorceress combo here in the round 1. So we're probably going to see that save for a later round. But it should be quite easy to secure the round just with a couple of these Bronze Engines. Yeah, I mean, look at that. The Belohun is very good here.
Yeah. Already worth running basically after 1 turn. Let's go. 8 provisions. You could have played AA into any of the bronzes and it would have been kind of similar value by now.
Yeah.
And sorry?
Graces immediately.
Yeah.
Second turn Grace. No use of leader, just Belohun.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll struggle with finding the renewals on the leader later on. We see Art Beetle committing to the leader, the Swarm cards are out, the Behemoth being one of them, so has Whispering Hillock that does play that Wish unit out of the deck, but you're 20 points behind, you are going against engines, so your first Lara is basically just catching up, most likely.
Yeah, the Lara Dorn is a bit scary if you face 2 of them in the same round. So I think Vosnia would be quite happy if the first Lara Dorn comes out here. And I don't see it being enough for Art Beetle to take the round. There is 3 points per turn happening here, just passively from the Knights. This Frost is going to be starting to hit some shields soon, perhaps? Probably not. Not for a couple turns. This Knight Errant is just too big.
Yeah. It's getting bigger. So yeah, all this setup, Frost committed, but in the end it never looked like a round that you're winning without the access for the second Lara.
Yeah.
Oh.
Notably, we lose out on the Squire carryover. Squire had its order still unclicked at that pass, so could have been used as a very nice lead-in on this round 2, perhaps, setting up a Maiden's Shield quite nicely. But trying to maximize probably value within the round 1 loses out a bit on the macro gameplay here for the Knights.
We do see Morwood traveling back into the deck, not big enough for now, no reason to keep him. Of course, if you expect the Lone Crown too, it might have been helpful for catching up.
So, the thing is, typically knights would just want to smork and smork to maximize the erendite value, right? And you would be maybe fine in a short round if you have the last say still, because you typically have a heat wave for the Morvid. However, since we're devotion, things change a lot here because the short round for knights isn't that scary. And if you don't get a 2-0, I don't think you're beating Tatterwing Morvid, and your Baron is useless against both of those tall threats.
Yep. But we do see that Woznia decides that the Lone Crown tree is not to his liking, so Immortal's combo was committed. Oh, like first part of it was committed. Drowner comes in with like, I'll at least deny you some of those points.
It will not be.
I don't see this going super well though, with no Dams of Distress right now.
Might have wanted to row stack.
Yeah.
Nowadays, of
For a
course, there is
second.
no art gate because, well,
End this battle already. I've more important things to do.
wait, yeah, the Red Riders being a 4 ticks of frost from Gales is enough. I was like, oh, did community already like nerf it back to 5 power? But no, everything is as it should be. That's how not aware I was for a second.
Yeah, I'm a bit behind the times on the exact power and provision changes as well. Yeah, row stacking might have been the play here, especially because if you have all units on one row, then the Art Beetle has to choose between either the Crimson Curse value or the Frost value when you play out that Laradoran.
Like, sure, the Immortals had to go front row, but after being moved, like, there is no restriction, no reason to. And now, yeah, you are ahead, you are still getting some engine value from reaping the shields, but our Beetle is just playing his 5 mind cards out. This is still on the Stalker coming. Still thought Igern was 13 power until yesterday. Igern change happened like quite a while back, right? But it's okay. Time flies.
I'll gladly help. I live to see it.
Yeah, nothing this Margarita can do.
Yeah, I wanted to say time flies, just like this lock is going to fly out of Margarita, but yeah, she doesn't have anything to actually lock here, so the lock is not flying out. It is going to stay where it is right now, but might actually lock up this hatchling. Or not.
Yeah, no chance. Like could have locked the Drowner, but beyond Tatterwing, well, and more. There is not much triggering the Drowner's drive curve anyway. Hey, yo, Chester. Hello, hello, and hello for the Talco.
So yeah, I guess you just value trade your remaining bronze in hand at this point. You probably get out the Whispering Hillock, which will just play out a bronze Death Wish. The Hillock isn't doing anything else at this point. Oh no, Lardon hasn't been played once.
Laradoran is the
Never mind.
next target here.
Yeah, no,
Zeke.
it will be to set up the girls. Yeah, I forgot, we didn't actually end up seeing her in the round one.
Yep. And well, if there was any doubt before, now there is none that the pass button will be found. And Woznia shortened the round, so now he has to face Morwood Tatterwing being 1 card down and potentially without Damsel in Distress. Z Karen, thanks for the Prime sub, much appreciated. Also, we had the sub What was its WhatsApp quotes? Yeah, if you want something as a notification when you appear in chat, let me know. Also, всем привет, hello, Даурен, GG's, зачем так рано проиграл? Спасибо, что поучаствовал. So yeah, we got raided by Daurian, and we do see damsel in distress found. So good. Look. Anything else missing? Baron. Well, yeah, as you mentioned, Baron is not doing much.
Yeah.
Здорово, Буллет. Почему Матол не оставил мне свой дис? Ну вот это вот я не знаю. Он такой, я пока еще тут и скоро пропаду, а потом пропал и удалил его. Unlucky. So yeah, I don't know. Matol could have just left the Discord to Lemon to take care of, but now it's gone.
R.I.P.
Yep.
Not a trace.
Yeah, it was kind of convenient to also look at the links for the tournaments. Don't have to fish them out of anywhere. But c'est la vie. So yeah, the scenario points are there. And no more wood for Arc Beetle as well. This Baron is playing for a few points.
Yeah. Yeah, we should just see the Tatterwing coming out this next turn from Arc Beetle. No need to take the Laradoran just yet. It's not like you get any frost value anyways with the shield on the Maiden's Shield.
So Baron is playing, and then there is a few more points from Windhelm, Bronwen and Leader combining together. So just infuse the E. Fine.
To the dungeon.
Also just put them. Ah, there was a Radovid. Yeah, very convenient to pull Radovid with only 2 damage. And still, this is one big Laradoran coming down.
So much hatred. So much
And
fight.
winning it nicely for Art Beetle.
Yeah, closer than expected, but I guess that is in large part due to that Morphid being missed.
Okay, now you thought we are done with the Knights for one game because Woznia will be playing a different deck, but look, this is Pincer Maneuver, but let me show Damsel in Distress in the Pincer Maneuver deck. There is Erland, there is still like Radovid Judgment, but kinda makes maybe more sense with Pincer Maneuver than with the Royal Inspiration. I wonder how this pile of cards works out, because Woznia has poisons, has locks. Ah, you can also just start with Temple into Demavent. To one.
Yeah.
Okay, rigged. My bad.
Then
Thanks for
you-
pointing that out. I already accidentally finished the series by putting 2 next to Arc Beetle's username.
Oh, that Elder Code could be useful here. So what do we see as the choices? Hensel, Ildiko, Shani.
So Hansel takes priority over the demo event. Makes sense for non-inspired Zeal leader.
Yeah, especially when you're against, I think it's double lock in this Call of Harmony list. and you don't have any purifiers of your own. Well, look, I guess you could use the Cursed Knight, but Cursed Knighting and Locked Den within is a bit not great.
Style. That's right. I like fighting with
So yeah, high tempo that Northern Realms is known for is on display. A 1-2 of Muto Generator and Temple. But there is the 14-point Unsays.
Yeah, there's like strong engine start from Vosnia might be able to punish this lower tempo beginning from Art Beetle.
Yeah,
I
didn't draw
don't
anything
see how
though.
Art Beetle. Yeah, there is a distinct lack of engines in Art Beetle's hand here. Like you only have really this Jordanian Knight, and that's it.
Let's give up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if some of the cards in Vosnia's hand was like the second cat feature and whatever drops out from the movement, would have been even worse. But we do see that Vosnia kinda missed the entire movement
Your
package.
next move shall be your last.
Just decides not to go for poisons, just deactivates the ranged ability of this Jordanian Knight.
Yeah, it also nicely plays into the cat feature value, just forcing the row split so that cat feature has something to ping each movement.
Yeah.
So pass is always forcing out the unsays, but I guess there is no real reason to give the round control.
I mean, yeah. 2-card advantage is nice at this point in the game, though. But yeah, this Mutual Generator has gotten quite a bit of value. So a short round of Erland is starting to look a little bit scary.
You can look at the tournament history, like look what Dauren lost against. It loses to bad draws is one thing, especially in the Devotion setup, where you have no way of tutoring it. Where is the Dauren's game against the Gosha? It lost against Status, it lost against Siege, Draug, so there you go. Those are some of things that you can lose to with Harmony, but bad draws is like your own undoing.
Ah, this sheep tree.
Not taking another cat feature. Opting into Dryad. I guess Dryad attack was already, with the Ranger blocked, so she wasn't jumping out anyway.
Looks like Saskia is probably going to pull a Dwarf. I think that's
probably
just about the last type remaining. So you'll see that Berserker coming out. It is the pass from Art Beetle, decides not to use up this and says to contest. And yeah, that last Saskia thing, that Berserker is not really something you want to play from hand as Harmony here, so happy to just have it thinned out. And for a Devotion deck, this is a lot of thinning.
Yep.
So
now, it doesn't guarantee you any of the draws, as we see with the Mysteries and Dana still chilling after the mulligans. Yeah, so...
Look, at least you have the round control.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
It's like, yeah, look at the thinning done by both players. 15 versus 8. Matters not at all. Although, okay, there are 3 extra cards created, so 12.
Well, this calls for a celebration. Stay the evening.
And Siko, thanks for the Prime as well. Welcome, welcome.
Might be seeing just a bit more of a tempo bleed here to force out the damsel in distress, ideally. From the perspective of Harmony.
What can I do for you?
They're currently falling behind already. Like, yeah, you did win on even, but you don't want to give up the potential card advantage for just these cards. Like, this isn't really the sort of trades that you want to be making.
Yeah. We're probably also not planning to go all in. But maybe everything but Quarixis can happen, and also you can always just threaten the Quarixis into leader, and then your opponent plays Damsel in Distress finisher.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Getting Baron out is quite good though for Vosnia. Means Bird is a lot safer in a later round. That always, as always, could just end up as a meal for that Ansace.
One arrow. That is all I need.
Yeah, I don't know. It starts to look pretty not desperate yet, but something's gonna go from this hand at some point because poison's gonna connect. And yeah, the Hansel that you created from Temple into Siege Tower seems like a move to make. So you do preserve Damsel and Hansel though. Or Damsel and Ansace by committing Hansel.
Yeah, I'm starting to run a bit low on night tags as well. I think there's only 3 more bronze night tags left in the deck and that's it. Beetle? You can hand fix a bit in this round 3. You do have this pizza maneuver leader, so any comments we made about diversion draws being a bit rough, this leader does single-handedly help fix. So are you going to use the leader to just... Oh, hey.
Yeah, I mean, you bring a good point. This could have been like Radovid.
Yeah, you could have just tossed out a bronze. You literally anything gets you ahead there, right? And are you that scared of being toured when you have a 28-point Ansace coming up here? Like, I don't think Querixus plus leader like sort of overtakes that.
Yeah, I don't know about this choice, but now you are facing... Yeah, good luck with your Damsel in Distress triggering without sacrificing some of the value, like Erland and Shani are both good, so you only have...
Suffering? Our suffering binds
And
us.
the other issue with triggering the Damsel in Distress here is that the first chapter isn't even good, because you're going to be struggling to get any graces through.
Yep.
In fact, you only have 1 grace remaining, which is this Redanian Knight.
Yeah, I mean, Shani also brings Grace unit, but yeah, it's not really...
Yeah, I guess so, but then you're not getting the second chapter proc. So we go for the Squire. This probably indicates we're going to see a Redanian Knight getting played next turn, possibly in place of this Siege Engineer.
Also expect leader, full leadering, since Radovid is present as well.
Long live acceptance.
So, wow, chapter 1. Radovid? Yes. It's coming out.
It's just the princess.
Yeah, I don't know. Kinda feels bad. Would have been much better to have Ansei somewhere there.
Yeah. It still might very well be enough here. I expect we'll see the Querixis here. I don't think there's a way to kill off this Querixis. The Radovid Judgment is only at 2 damage. And you're gonna get some Harmony procs coming through anyways. Okay, I guess you take a Dwarf.
Yeah.
Giant Slayer's not bad.
Despite all the choices present, you just take a dwarf, but then you also just take a forfeit. So Archbeetle indeed gets a 2-0. Why did we have to watch it when I already put out the score? Lilith and Squirtle Mirror for starters. I like calling them mirrors when they are not actually.
Well, it's a mirroring faction, but yeah, this is a bit different in terms of decks. I question if Forever Globus has enough control to really shut down enough Harmony engines from Archbeetle, especially in the round where the scenario ends up sticking, which Archbeetle has already managed to draw the scenario, so off to a good start compared to some of the previous Harmony games that we have watched.
Okay, so where is the Saskia? There is a call. It's fine. If you want to go for that, there is a risk of Saskia. Nah, not really. At 5. At 4 there is a risk of her dying, but you also have the saber, so you just click that and backup plan is not really targeting anyway.
Stand tall, dead one push you high.
But I guess yeah, at 5 there is no roll on backup plan. So if you missed this semi-final, there is an 8ne Yanquin in the deck. She will be transforming into her 3rd form, being immune. So quite a few nature cards, maybe some of them not expected, but majority like rebukes, even circles make sense for the Shiro deck. So nothing too surprising. Okay, not the best roll. Hostage taker is...
Life is fleeting.
I think it's quite important for Forever Globus to win this round 1, because if Archbeetle gets round control, I think they can just take a long round 3, out engine, and we've seen this control Ethne deck overswarm against warriors. What are you going to do against a Harmony deck which isn't focused as much on damaging enemy units?
We've lived in isolation for
So yeah, so we see them happen pass, because you need to win the round, I think.
Yeah.
We could very well see Zoltan coming out in this early.
Yeah, there is also Eudora hidden in this Zoltan, so I think last time... Did Eudora even spawn? I think it was 2 Rowdies. And no space for Eudora. I didn't notice it last time, but maybe just me being very focused.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like 4 units and then all the 8ness spawns. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Zoltan lands. Maybe Zoltan is like a good catch-up card, so for now you can play bronzes. If the pass comes, you can slam it. I think you have Mahakan pass as you pointed out as well, so it's not like Forever Globus is disrespecting the reach.
Yeah. Also, well, Archbeetle had the Unshade Saber stratagem, right?
Yep.
Because I believe these Dryads from the Orders of Brooklyn got procced straight away to 6 power with that stratagem, which nicely puts them out of rebuke range for Forever Globus. Yeah, these rebukes are looking a little bit rough. Yeah, you'd have one to answer the end theory, and you'd probably use the second to answer the Hypco Gale Chameleon. Issue is there's 2 points from the miner here, which can help protect one of these bigger threats from rebukes anyways.
Yeah. There are no more dwarfs, so... Ah no, there is another miner, so killing it might be not beneficial with tax coming out, but there is still a Witcher to be pulled by Saskia. Okay, not now. It's actually the second chameleon getting pulled, since no Anthurian is on the board. And the Witcher was actually blocked. Ah, Zoltan and leader charges to deal with the chameleons, and now it's pretty close.
How are we doing for Harmony procs? So yeah, we have a human tag, a treant tag. Anthurian is a beast, which we do not have on board right now.
Yep.
I think it also is nice to try to save the Anthurian for a future round. It combos well with the scenario to get it out of range of these rebukes. And especially with 2 leader charges already being committed, it's going to be a lot harder for Forever Globus to help finish off a rebuke or help set up the Shiru. Like, they're under a lot of pressure for this remaining leader charge.
So you're not really getting a reliable council if you wanted to try and do early Shiru. So most likely for forever it's gonna be rebukes and maybe a wasted harvest. Yeah,
So let's play into this second rebuke.
This Weeping Willow was sacrificed like this. But should be no big deal for Art Beetle unless Globus decides to play Harvest and Clean Leader. But even then you have to click Mahakam Pass as well.
Yeah. I don't think Art Beetle is bleeding here regardless. So you may as well click the Mahakam Pass here and try to get ahead in that situation. If you have the points, that is, which I think there's a decent chance you might.
Yeah, and like playing Harvest here is non-committal still. But you kind of have seamless only into the circles after you break the pair, so yep.
Yeah, that's true.
Will this seamless be featuring in this game? We don't know. Cards might be missed. But okay. okay, I see. Seamless is here.
So with the Harvests and the Sentinel.
Yeah. Well, as you mentioned, maybe no bleeding.
Yeah,
into this Mahakam Pass.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bit of a killer hand here for the Harmony. I still don't think you bleed. But, I mean, you could just sniff blood in the water, go for the 2-0. Going into the Shiru, Brayhen, and Therian perhaps, getting more value on the Harmonies in a longer round does still seem probably better to me. Yeah, it's just going to take the dry pass. Okay.
Eitne transformed, but yeah, your biggest challenge is to avoid the bricks after not thinning your leader and having the seamless. Like, at least having double circle. Yeah,
It decides to keep it.
decides to even keep it and just not mess with the chances, because double broccoli is just devastating.
I'm one of a kind.
Double
And-
circle means the Shiro is guaranteed to get to 7 even without death blows. Because it's the only unit that will be left in hand.
You must banish her.
Okay, not a bad roll.
Not with this tempering. I'm not a fan of playing it on the rightmost bit of the row when you're up against a Belohun.
The adrenaline is not hitting, so...
Not yet, but I don't expect you want to play the tempering sooner, rather. Like, you'd rather save that for a bit later. Play your bountifuls, maybe your Simless to set
Oh,
up
there
the
you
Shiro.
go.
I'll not fail.
Block bull throws, but yep,
Yeah.
you can see
anyone
that
seen the
point. Okay, so the engines go brr. Hello, Karim. This is an elf tag that is missing.
Hello, Curry. Good to see you.
And okay, snipes the elf, so neophyte cannot transform.
I'm winning by not playing, Kareem. I cannot lose if I do not play in the first place.
But can you win if you're not playing?
I prefer not to answer that. I just answered the first question.
Okay.
You are no.
So we're going for Shiro on 9,
look to be an
and
honest man.
yeah, this is telegraphed.
Us. Drive away the hooligans.
This is telegraphed. Can you do anything about it? I mean, you
You can proc harmony. Play the Donald.
You block harmony, but this goes to 11, so Sentinel boinks it back. So you might want to commit a leader charge on one of them. No, wait. Yeah, Dana is already putting it away, so that you cannot float Shiro as well.
No, not with this Belohun. We see.
And we're gonna see the back row Eisengrim into high roll. But yeah, this is a full panic mode, but not exactly panic. But leader charges got committed.
It's just making sure that you're out of range of any possible Shiro for the Donna, for the Percival. This does mean that the
yeah, all
Belohun
leader
is,
charges is like funny.
Yeah.
This is
I
12.
think it would have been fine to have the Donna possibly sacrificed, since you're only getting the extra 2 boost onto this Belohun. Since you already have a beast on board, the Late Guardian wouldn't get the additional 2 boost.
So Brechen is triggering the harmony one more time. The beast does not. So you go for Fila, back row, or do you
Into
get?
shaping.
No, why is it shaping nature? Is it shaping
It might
nature
work for the
actually
Shiro
doing
here,
it
to be
already?
fair.
Okay, then then good. Then it's
You can boost it by 6 and get the double kill. Wait, rope?
was it? Playing into Brechen was, yeah, necessary.
You're not my first royal. You're not my last.
But look, Brechen was
I guess you still
baited.
have-
What is happening here?
Okay, we can still. You have a
mean,
better Shiro now. You can
Yeah,
kill the Donna.
like
and
this
both-
Brechen helps. Yeah, value. And also, since you were floating this, and 8 is still present, this was probably avoidable somehow, and leader charge saves the day, of course. Nice try to outplay it, but yeah, Shiro finds a way. And yeah, this is the Tatterwing music. Against warriors, eh? Anything warriors can do against a good old Tatterwing. There is no heat wave, so this is like a different scenario, and of course there is no 9 damage. Parasite is not doing it unless you keep everything organized so that you play Parasite and spawn from the hive mind the Stalker and have enough leader charges.
Yeah.
Only one will walk away from this.
But yeah, it feels like that shouldn't be too difficult for Forever Globes to just wait that out. And delaying the hive mind like that also means that this Drake Bondu is going to go through unanswered in the round 1. I'm a bit surprised we didn't see that to kick us off here, but I guess wanted to set up an answer if we saw like a hive mind first turn. Wanted to have the Warlord already here.
It's gonna be a slow death for the Drake. I'm gonna bleed out. And I would assume that he'll get a support on this back row so that
I knows it well.
he's not dying alone and maybe not dying at all. Okay, so this should be a Brockwar traveling. Hard to get full Brockwar warrior value against Tatterwing that plays low to the ground.
I think, look, in regular tournament play, you could typically favor Tatterwing in this sort of matchup. Because Warriors they just don't have the road clear to deal with all these low power units and Villara drawing value. I mean, Diversion Tournament, if anything, it should only hurt the Tatterwing player because the Warriors list can go nigh unchanged. But yeah, like the main thing is, as you mentioned before, the main difference in this sort of matchup for the Tatterwing being Diversion is you don't have as easy of an answer for the 2. You need to put a bit of extra work into setting up. Round 1 for Kusha is quite interesting, but it does make some sense on this Drake Bondu.
If you once Drake Bandut in this life, you want to do it to have this feeling again. The music is just that good. Although the card is not premium, so I cannot even showcase it.
Yeah. Here's the thing, I'm not sure the Greatsword is even that great of an inclusion. Because it's arguably better for the Drake Bondu to put all the power boosts onto one of the invaders purely because it has Veil. Because that allows you to use it in like a round 2 with the War of Clans, bring it back, and then have it back in the graveyard, set up for you round 3 to bring it back with Tia, and it can't get doomed in any of these times because of that Veil. So you can just keep reusing it over and over and get like double carryover basically.
Yeah, that's a good point, and that's what helped, I think, in the first match that we've seen. Energy explained there. His opponent just had the reach thanks to a big invader, and then in round 3 you still get to tear it out. The greatsword doesn't have such flexibility.
First setup now is telegraphing this first Laradorn a little bit. You do have quite a bit of time here though for Art Beetle, like you're not in a rush to commit the Laradorn here immediately. You can wait it out a little. So the longer you wait, the more drones you're gonna be losing.
Yes, Raha's Nest back row still works. You're sacrificing 1 body, but getting 4. Man, yeah, this Gutting Slash and Stunning Blow, both kinda blow. This War of Clans is doing
Worry
something.
not. We'll tend your ankle biters too.
So yeah, here we see the round 1 value of this invader already being brought back, and as I said, because of the veil, it's going to be available later in round 2, round 3 for use on that tier or any other graveyard shenanigans still to come. Late Hive Mind, we'll see what the choices are.
Probably
Feel
Kiki
like the time in
Water
which it's best to
can be sacrificed, but yeah, the bad thing about it, you are kind of feeding this Stunning Blow or Gutting Slash for free.
Yeah. And yeah, these are the Hive Mind spawns are the ideal targets for these bronze raids in this sort of matchup.
You'll have to
Laradorn
play Naglfar as well, right?
Yeah, I don't think Laradorn gets ahead in and of itself here.
Okay, it
There
does.
is a chasm between us and them that even love can't
It's
bridge.
fine, but yeah, the problem is the Stunning Blow. Wait, no. It's only hitting 5. So,
Yeah,
actually
this
worked out.
This is so good for Art Beetle.
Without the 3-point spawn, it would have been enough to get ahead and force the Naglfar trade. Here, unless you also slam the leader. Which you probably not doing. So yeah, this is the Tatterwing. Doesn't matter. Now the question is this tier. Can we get him out? Don't really want to. Ah wait, what's the tier's base? 9. Yeah, it's very
'cause it
hard
can't
to.
be hurt in Balance Council.
Yeah, it cannot be. I was thinking about the Frost plus Parasite, but it's also not really convenient to establish.
No. Ooh, this is an interesting hand though for Tatterwing. We don't see Morwood. We don't see Tatterwing. This is going to be a Naglfar that is, yeah, hopefully finding something. I think we have to have a dry pass.
Nah, you play this. You just find Gales. Easy game. Like you have the spontaneous evolution 1-2. Then Naglfar and you are Gucci. Just don't miss is what I'm trying to say. So this is when you play a gold unit, not the card, so your Naglfar is of course fine, otherwise the sequencing would have been maybe broken.
I'll wash away those
Women,
insults with your
children,
entrails.
elders, we spare none.
So you get the Harald, okay, it's keeping it close and maybe warriors go down a card after playing one of the raid cards, but the secret is... This is not the end. Even without the high roll on the Naglfar, you most likely can
Wait.
force everything.
I guess the plan is to parasite the next turn so you don't damage the raider.
And it dies to 6.
Yeah, so right now tier is a sort of slightly worse than just a normal reset onto this Kikimore hatchling. See the warrior side getting cleaned up a bit.
There is an 11-point
Oh.
invader.
Aren't warriors meant to be the one, you know, like killing the opposing units?
I see warriors are good fighting against other humans and maybe against a big ogre or groid or something. Against those pesky insectoids, not so much. We should be seeing the trade here either way. Like you see your opponent panic leadering, but yeah, there is the Gales, easy game. You establish the carryover in Morwood.
Like, why play the leader back row for Forever Globus? You could play it front row,
Okay,
not give
that's
a
that's a
siren
good
spawn.
point, but I guess it doesn't matter in the end. But yeah, this provided. Oh wait, you mean the last leader himself, right? For one extra body, so it
Like,
was
you can
only
always do that, but
3 points.
that was just
I
rough.
guess
So,
it
well,
didn't matter after the high roll in a reasonable amount of time and leaves. Unacceptable. Okay, so game number 3. Out Beetle on blue with this harmony list again. Against warriors. Feels cat food man 369. Thank you for the raid. Welcome Maimon. Welcome everyone. How did it go? I guess you played yours quarterfinal, it should be. How was it?
Let's hurry.
Hey Saskia, get in round 1, turn 1. Already establishing another engine at 6 power, and this infusion from Antirian combined with the saber
Life is fleeting, yet life is
prolonged
eternal.
life of another unit, as Lemon pointed it out in the previous game. Yeah, so no waters this time around, but this drive legend is at 7. Good luck getting there. So is it warriors playing 3 and passing?
this is not a great looking hand for the warriors. No Blood Eagle, no Vabjorn to find the Blood Eagle, no Drake Bondu to set up the carryover. Not really what you want here.
Yeah, only 1 gold
And
is quite an achievement, honestly.
Yeah, and like this Abordage is going to be struggling to get the Bloodthirst 2 set up. So yeah, you're going to need the Raiders down here, then you can get the Abordage next turn, maybe? But I don't even know what you're damaging to get that Bloodthirst.
Okay, there you go.
Million?
I mean, with
That doesn't sound good.
with the leader charge, it would have
Yeah,
been
I
done
guess so.
anyway. But fine.
Yeah, but... Okay, is it more important to kill the Cat Witcher or the Chameleon here, do you think?
Probably
If you say use a
Chameleon
leader
must
and
go.
Yeah,
so
I
cleans
think
up
that's
the
fair.
Chameleon.
Accursed racists!
Can tank Witcher once more. But okay, it was 3 and pass. It wasn't looking great. And now you have quite a few things to find. Like missing Wabjorn and the Reichbond Hole. And all the round 3 golds. Such an achievement.
Think good, I don't want it. Drink it yourself.
Come on! Show us what you got!
What you got? Yeah, at least it's improvement. Second Warlord, Wabjorn, and now here. But how many is like, bye, see ya in a long round where you're potentially wasting one removal card
Blood for Svalbard!
to answer one of my engines, and I might try to establish multiple some of the turns.
Lopped off 3 heads with one blow.
With the,
Resisting
at least for the warriors, you will have first say on the tier. I wonder if we're just gonna see double Leader Shiru to answer it, or probably more likely double poison to deal with the tier. Well, at that point, okay, we still have Fukushin, I think, yeah, double War Clans. You'd expect, yeah, the tiers sort of urgently needing to get answered.
Mysteries of Locthwain. Why not in hand? Was there any reason why Art Beetle decided not to have this scenario in hand, do you think? Yeah.
That has to be a misclick? I don't know.
Still stand.
Misclick or just lack of opportunities of finding it?
Here's the better loot than your wildest, wettest dreams!
Hey yo, irregular. Art show in sportsmanship, give warriors a chance. Yeah, I'll beat you with just a Shiro. Sounds fair. Has last say, so greatsword Brechen can be combined together, but Guardian Slash, so good. Another one, so good. There is Weeping Willow for the Poison Connect.
Your next move shall be your last.
Who would you bet on winning this game, Lemon?
Oh, I mean, I would have said Harmony, like, just hands down if they still had scenario, but maybe Warriors has a chance here without that being the case?
It still shouldn't be, right? Just a clean victory for Art Beetle. I don't know. Although there is not even much to
Wait,
to
what did we
burn.
discard? Discard an Antherian.
Antherian, I suppose.
We're going for this line.
Doesn't achieve anything with the Patricidal Fury being like a leader that provides target for War of Clans.
Yeah. I don't love the discard line nearly as much when you're playing against P Fury.
But to be fair, it's just a Gutting Slash in return, so it doesn't change much. And Gutting Slash in return is what? Oh yeah, there's not even a Bran anymore. Okay, Globus says no last say, you'll get that great, but this is a great reminder, like last time we've seen the problems of Brehan and no leader charges. This time around there is a living reminder on the board, keep one leader charge for me please.
Yeah, although I don't think we're gonna see the same, I'm just gonna call it a panic leader spam. Because there's no opposing sure, you need to like try to misalign everything. You can use leaders to try to get your units out of range of like say these Gutting Slashes. But you can count the Warlords. You know the Gutting Slash is dealing 9 damage with the 2 Bloodthirsts, so you can just use 1 to get out of that if need be.
Yeah, I don't know, discard. Fair enough, but
It's just the point gap is already huge, and I don't know if you're really getting in that many points onto your side of the board right now. Like you need to, this Shiro and Brayhan need to clean up big time. And I guess this was maybe why we saw the Snorri get mulliganed, because this was we were going through a discard strategy. But like, if you want to go for the discard strategy, A, it's not great in a 10 card round, and B, you want to actually have damage cards yourself to, you know, do a better job limiting the points that the opponent is putting onto the board.
okay, so at the moment, Greatsword is gone. Warlord is gone.
The Warlord is going to a poison from the Call of the Forest.
Call of the Forest.
Yeah, the
Brehan,
Willow,
one
okay.
leader charge, take care of Greatsword.
Yeah.
So you are
A
on
leader charge on
one leader.
Shiru kills the 2 6s.
Yeah, you cannot use 2 leader charges to set up because you need 1 Shiru buff.
Sacrifices must be made on both sides.
And now the Vabjorn is going to pick up the World Clans and put up a 2-pointer on the board.
So now we're starting to see value being lost a bit more.
So you are definitely facing at least like okay, this is fine, yeah.
So you're going to be up against like 17 points. Sure, this is going to die. I still don't know why you play into the rain, but yeah.
Because it's fun, okay?
I guess you just know it's going to die.
It's just fun. But still, okay, so you're facing 10 points.
I would have rather taken the Shuru here. Okay, look, we know that there aren't going to be more units being played from Globus's hand here, but like, you don't care if the Shuru gets killed. Weeping Willow at least does stuff.
Yeah, this doesn't work out.
No.
One too many. And we didn't even talk about the leader being... Oh, like, we talked about it, but not exactly. Yeah. Well, this kinda looked promising at some point, but not really. On your side dying, but it would have been a nice style point for Art Beetle if this strategy worked. But now the Northern Realms Wars. Regular, Demavent, Temple, Siege, more or less regular. On blue from Forever Globus, who is one step away from winning. 50 something. Is it euros as the prize pool? I suppose it was. Maybe it was pounds at some point at the beginning, but I think it was 50 euros. And for Art Beetle, yeah, it's I didn't remember what currency it was. Okay, 50 euros. So yeah, one step away. For Art Beetle, it's 2 games that you need to win in a row, and may the better temple rolls win, I suppose. For that, you of course need to have temple in your hand. Pincer maneuver helps with that. Just need to delay it by 1 turn.
Gentlemen.
Yeah, and yeah, the Siege Masters don't pick up the temple for Forever Globus, so I expect we're gonna see a curse scroll to help fix that up. I'm most interested to see how Forever Globus is gonna handle this Misha generator from Art Beetle. If we're just gonna see a pass at 7 potentially. I think I like that line a lot. I think pound for pound, Forever Globus's list will just outscale Art Beetle. So yeah, maybe a short round Erland is a bit sketchy, but I don't think the Erland is that scary without that mutual generator backup value. Like, you're not against it, like Aris's companions. You don't have like Redanian agents to help get it taller.
Okay, we
Go ahead to
did.
kick us off here is a pretty good roll.
Yeah, Priscilla is there if you want to sacrifice 1 leader
Oh, yeah.
charge. Gerhardt is not a big bad pickup on its own. Apparently there was no Radovid in this deck, and Kimball or Meef over Elephant to
These are all good.
finish it.
I don't think you take the Meave. Oh, sorry, the elephant. I mean, yeah, I can see the Meave. So yeah, did take Priscilla on the first one. Did take a Gerhardt on the second pull. And did you like that temple? Because we're gonna take another trip to another temple of Military.
This was good. Second one is usually much worse, but let's see. I mean, okay, this one is like comparable to the third option, but overall,
yeah,
Archgriffin.
Look, Archgriffin isn't the worst in this list. You do have, like, obviously the Erland synergy. You have I think they're running location. Yeah, there's locations you can get a Griffin Witcher Ranger. You have like the Devotion Marines to boost up the Archgriffin, and you're not against a Toll Punish that can deal with a boosted Archgriffin. There's the Vincent Maze, but obviously that doesn't go through boost.
I still feel like Forever Globus got a better end of this.
Yeah.
He probably just played better, honestly.
I agree with the Temple.
Do you agree with the Caro front row?
I personally would not play my Caraballista there.
Was it just rope,
I'm a bit washed
or
up.
am I missing?
It has to be rope, right?
I mean, yeah, we are 5 hours in, so I'll just go with the vibes, but sure.
Are you really playing into this now for Forever Globus? Like, you either pass now, I think, or fight hard for a round win, trying to out-tempo, force Art Beetle to go multiple cards down. Are we fingering that blade? Yep. He has the finger on the blade, tosses it out, takes out that Centurion Envoy.
Okay, so Natalis into A gets buffed a wee bit.
For the king!
Okay, so doesn't really allow the click. But Hungry Revenant is a bit disappointed at the moment.
Yeah.
They already seen the food.
I wonder, are we just gonna see like a 5 per unit? This doesn't help with mutual generator value though, right? Because I don't think...
What's going on about this art fella?
Yeah.
Okay, that because
Blood alone can my maid's honor unbesmirch.
what witches can you transform? Is this just to protect against a revenant?
I suppose
mutual generator value
there is like boiling oil, so yeah, anything else? Nah, it would have been killed by the oil. I don't know, just roll with it. If confused, just go with it. This was the best play. Did we get...
Best play for Globus is what now, do you think?
Sorry, what was the question?
What do you think the best play for Forever Globus is now? Do you just slam the Go Hop?
I don't know, I'd prefer not to waste my temple carry over in round 1. I'm fine with self-pinging to kill the Siege Masters with the Cadveni Revenant. That is okay, I can live with that, but... There is a Siege somewhere in this deck, by the way, so you cannot really play another Siege engine. Or like you can, but you're not really advised. You'll not pincer maneuver to generate all of them, and demo event can only do so much. Okay, so you force the Unsays, you force one of the leader charges, and that means that Radovic's passing his judgment on your choice.
Did we need the Ansays then? I think we still did. You'd have needed like still a 16-point card in hand that wasn't the Ansays. I don't think that was happening. Yeah, the gap was just too big, but that felt expensive at the same time.
But now you transform yourself into a Knights player.
Yeah.
What's up with that now?
Wait, what?
I mean, there is Radovid to give you a leader charge, but Sintra Knight over the end. I don't know. Chat, are you vibing with the gameplay at the moment? I hope that every move is as predictable as you expect it to be. Okay, so we do get the cute Priscilla synergy.
Okay, so basically just once the last say here, this is huge tempo to pair up with the Siege.
I've had men killed for less.
And yeah,
wait, what?
Forever Globus just has...
Was it not worth it to like buff Priscilla? What is the leader charge for? The one is for Vengeance.
You could just save it for round 3. I think you're under like no threat right now.
Yeah, but 4 points is 4 points. Or 6 points into this round, and you're not really playing into a huge reset.
I think you'd rather save it for like this, I was gonna say Therafod's Vengeance if you wanted to play it here, but maybe not. I mean, I still don't think it's gonna be needed.
Your shield, sir.
What was the last demo event pool? It's just a winch, okay.
This is not really a huge Erland on Art Beetle's side.
Valyria and Rivia! For the north!
Nice new value getting the one bit out as well for some extra swarm.
I'll gladly help.
There
I'd love to
is
see
no Redanian. So Meath is not
I'll give them 2
doing
days
too
before they
much.
cower and retreat.
Do you decide to commit the Rafar's Vengeance? So I thought we were going to try to save that for the round 3 here. But
Okay.
decides to... Okay.
So not a free round, but you get card advantage, you preserve your Gerhardt. Other than that, yeah, not the spiciest. But both sides have Kirak Marine, so not the worst.
So yeah, look there. You do have the Erland, but in exchange for having the Erland, you are at a card disadvantage here for Art Beetle. And the other thing is that there is now first save for Forever Globus, which with Revenant, Caraballista in hand, it's quite nice. I don't expect a Revenant to live for long here because there's an opposing oil. But then, like, you know, the Caraballista gets to live for a while. Forever Globus, if you... Actually, the thing is, the hand looks a bit not great for Art Beetle here, but this Philippa could be a very good pull from this pincer maneuver leader. Revenant doesn't look as great due to a limited number of pulls, but it still looks not bad on this Carrot Marine.
His problem is that he's dead at the moment.
Wait, but you put the Marine back when that was the only thing to proc the Revenant. Okay, I guess Baron is here as well. Now I'm a bit less convinced by the Revenant.
Court etiquette.
And yeah, especially with the Revenant being just sacrificed here, it's just 3 points. So this is like 20 something point Erland in total.
Yeah. So we could see Philippa just to clean up this Caraballista right now.
Suffering? Our suffering binds us.
If you want to play around that, you could just do Amphibious Assault into, say, like PFIs to get a whole bunch of small bodies to try to minimize the value of those lightning strikes.
Doesn't really achieve too much.
For this most beautiful of maidens, I shall fight 100 duels.
Doesn't even consider it. Kirak Marine on its own is just good value, and you do get with both of them Ron without 29. Got a bit bigger. One of the Sintra Knight got Mulligan, so increased its value a little bit. So we have a leader charge. One protected Caraballista, second activated Revenant. I guess it was worth it keeping. It's Baron plus
And this-
Philippa. Clean the ref.
Yeah, nicely floated Baron.
Wait. So this is just 45 points there. And 20, 45.
And I
30,
think Florida should just
32.
take
There
it
is
here.
no 32 point. Oh wait. There is exactly 32 points, but Carabalista takes it.